My cousin H murdered his girlfriend in the late 60s and joined the military so he wouldn't be found out. Also, his brother M was poisoned by his wife while she was in prison for killing their 3 children.
Wow.
Y'all must have an exciting family reunion coming up that no one's gonna show up to. I would not go. I would just separate myself from that entire family. Like, I'm not going out like that. Y'all are crazy. See, Will's got it right. He's like, wow, y'all messed up. But what's up, guys? Today we're looking at people telling some more of their darkest family secrets. We are spilling more tea. It's gonna be awesome. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and check out channel memberships. Links are all down below. And give this video a like and a share. And comment below your own family secret if you have any.
Yeah, let's go.
My great-great aunt hid Jews in her apartment in Denmark during World War II. Oh my gosh! One of her neighbors saw a man in her apartment through the window and asked her about it. She knew she'd be killed if people caught her hiding Jews, so she said it was her boyfriend. At the time, a woman having a man over was scandalous, so all of her neighbors thought she was not a good girl, and her reputation was ruined. Still, she lived through the whole war and helped a lot of people. Your aunt is a hero! I love her! Well, I'm glad she lived and she was able to help a lot of people. Yay! Happy ending! My great-grandmother was married to my great-grandpa, who was an identical twin. She secretly started sleeping with his twin and got pregnant. To this day, no one knows who the real father is. Dude! It's like, that is like the one scenario where you could get away with that because the child looks like both of the guys. You can't really tell whose it is. So she was sneaky, but smart. This dude's like, wow. No one ever told my great-grandpa. Technically, we don't even know if he's my real great-grandpa or not. I don't think it matters. They're both the same person. My mother, who's still married to my dad, is sleeping with my ex-husband. Everyone knows except my dad. Wow. This girl's mom is dating her ex-husband. That's nasty. My ex and I moved across the country when we were still together, and now she flies out every month to visit him for a week. I always felt like there was something strange between them. I don't speak to them anymore because of it. Dang, girl. When your mom said she liked your boyfriend, she really meant it. She was like, oh, he's such a nice man. I should take him out for dinner. My grandpa had a highly successful furniture store in Pennsylvania. When he passed away, select family members were told he had a secret stash of gold and silver in his home. The stash mysteriously went missing and was never found. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Someone find it! Soon after, one of his daughters bought a home, put in an in-ground pool, and bought her husband a fully restored classic car. After that, we were all fairly certain who took the loot. Yeah, that girl took it all for herself. That's what you gotta do. Take it all. Just be like, oh, I don't know where it went, and just shove it in your car slowly. When my dad died, we found out that he was secretly married to another woman and was using a different name, all while still married to my mother. I am shocked, but I want details. Like, oh my god, but spill the tea, girl. That's how I feel when someone tells me drama. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be in the middle of this, but I want details, because now I'm invested. How do people, like, have the time and energy to deal with 2 families? I have one and it stresses me out. A few years ago, my uncle became a father and a grandfather on the same day. Ew. What? His long-lost daughter, who was kept secret from him by her mother, tracked him down and introduced both herself and her daughter to him. Aww, they didn't know about each other. But she found him! Yay! We got a whole new side to our family and my uncle couldn't be happier. Aw, that's so nice. He's actually happy. She's not pulling up like, hey, you're my long-lost father, give me money. My grandmother's parents tried to pay off my grandpa the night before their wedding so that he'd leave her at the altar. Why? Apparently they didn't think he was good enough for her. I picked him. Of course he's good for me. I don't pick trash, okay? He declined and they got married anyway. He was like, forget you, I'm marrying this hottie. My 87-year-old grandma still doesn't know this happened. My grandpa confessed it to my mom on his deathbed and she told me years later. I'm now the only person in the family who knows this dark secret about my great-grandparents and how they tried to ruin their daughter's happiness. Like, seriously, why don't people get that? Like, if I'm happy, why are you so dead set on him not being good enough for me. Does my opinion not matter? I guess not. My mom recently told me that when she and my dad were first married, my grandpa on my dad's side tried to get her to sleep with him. She told my dad, but he didn't believe her. Whoa. Like, if I tell you your dad tried to hit on me, why would I make that up? And honestly, I would break up with him over that. Like, if your dad's gonna be a problem, I don't want to deal with that. It's too much effort. My uncle is a pastor and cheated on his wife for years with a member of his congregation. Okay, there are multiple problems with this. Like, you're a pastor. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, you should never cheat, but you're a pastor. Like, wow. My great-great-grandfather was sentenced to prison in the 20s after his mistress convinced him to murder her husband. That's interesting. I read that so like, ooh. I should be sad, but I'm just interested. No one in my family knew about it until I did some major digging on Ancestry. She dug up some serious tea. Good for you. You would be a good, like, FBI spy. My great-great-grandmother's husband disappeared without a trace. 30 years later, right after she died, they found leftover pieces of him that were chopped up in the outhouse. He had been abusive, so she took matters into her own hands. Like, girl, you bad. You bad. I mean, murder is terrible, you know, but he was abusive. And I'm sure back in her day, it was like, it was really looked down upon to get divorced. And no one really believed her, so she was like, okay, I'm gonna take care of this guy myself. I would just have him kidnapped by fake kidnappers, like just scare him a little bit and have them threaten him. Like, if he doesn't divorce me, then they'll kill him. But not actually, you know what I mean? Just scare him. My grandfather was a homicide detective in a big city, and he had a case in the early 60s that was so awful, he literally didn't speak for a month and was never quite the same after. His captain came to visit regularly while he was on a just take as much time as you need leave. He left the force pretty soon after. My dad is the only person who's still alive who knows the details of the case. He refuses to tell me and my brother about it because this is a story that needs to die with me. I know it involved kids though. I haven't pressed him since, but my grandfather was like a super tough person. So I've honestly made peace with not knowing what broke him totally and completely. Like, this dude is so hard. He's so strong. And this case just broke him. Yeah, you probably don't want to know what happened. My aunt was a member of the People's Temple. She moved to Jonestown and drank the Kool-Aid, so she was one of the 900 people who died. My grandparents disowned her while she was in the cult. Dude, this girl joined the People's Temple. That was a cult, and the Kool-Aid is basically a mix of poison and like cyanide. And the leader of this cult convinced like 900 people to drink it and kill themselves because he like brainwashed them. That's crazy. You actually knew somebody that was in that. Even after she died, they didn't like to acknowledge her. They still refused to talk about it. You're not even sad that your daughter died? My mom doesn't remember much, but she does have a few letters my aunt wrote to her while she was in Jonestown. Oh, crap, it was her mom's sister. Those letters are the only memory that's left of her. Oh my gosh, they actually knew someone in a cult. That's crazy. I want to see those letters. I'm interested. And that's it for Dark Family Secrets. That was interesting, as always. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, don't forget to subscribe and like and share the video. Follow me on Instagram and check out channel memberships. Links are all down below. And I will see you creepy people next time.